Hello and welcome to another edition of the EVP Xero Show. I'm Zero as normal, and I'm joined by my co-host today. I'll pass you over to him to introduce him.
Yeah, what's going on, guys? I'm the EVP CJP of the main event team, and this is episode 19 of the EVP Zero Show. We are glad to be back and ready to get started on talking on a crazy week of wrestling.
It's a big one. We've had quite a lot of news come down, which obviously we might as well get into straight away. So there was something that came down last week to say that apparently Travis Scott is such a slow learner. That's why he's basically been pulled from all of the events. I mean, that didn't surprise me. I thought something like that was coming when they replaced him with El Grande Americano in the on the thing basically, because
Yep.
they've pulled him from the 2K25 games and basically replaced him with El Grande, which is
Mm-hmm.
quite funny actually that a made up character, sort of a made up sort of persona has
It is. Uh,
that has basically been done that way. So
well, I
yeah,
mean,
which is typical.
Travis Scott was like, I mean, you could kind of tell, that he was kind of like,
Mm,
um, he was kind of like, you know, his. I mean, it wasn't his build, but like you could just kind of tell, like by the way he took that crossroads, that he.
yeah.
I think Jelly Roll is going to surprise a lot of people. I honestly do.
Well, Triple H was saying about that, wasn't he, after Evolution? Because somebody asked him, and they turned around and said, he turned around and said that he's been training for about a year, and he's lost a lot of weight because of it.
Mhm.
And he said he's got the passion in that, and he's really that's why they've given him partnership with Randy on there, because obviously because they wanted him to to team up with somebody good anyway as well in there, and because Randy's confident that Jelly Roll will put on a good match, basically. So that says a lot. If you've got an endorsement from Randy Orton, that says a lot. I
Mhm.
mean, Randy Orton follows me on Twitter, so he obviously knows who the best is, basically. So
Oh yeah.
yeah. So he follows me and stuff, and he's spoken to me a few times as well. So yeah, so there we go. So that's that. Um, couple of other bits and pieces of news then. So Mark Henry's mum passed away recently. I think it was as well straight after Evolution. He was obviously at Evolution, then she either passed away straight after or just before.
Mhm.
Bit of a shocker there, basically. Um,
Yeah, it's
yeah, really. Yeah, quite sad there. Let's just go through another couple of bits and pieces. So CM Punk revealed that he had a handshake deal with Vince back in 2019, but nothing more came from it. I mean, yeah, um, yeah, that says a lot, basically. Right.
yep.
What do you think about that one, really?
Yeah, I mean, I believe that 100%, like 100%.
Yeah, fair enough. What else we got here? So this is something that you actually posted. Nikki and Breeze updated their bio on X to basically looking as if it's teasing a Bree comeback, which I
So
don't surprise me.
So
Yeah,
I
go
do
ahead.
I do have some news that I got this morning on that.
Oh yeah,
Obviously I did post the news of the breaking on, they changed Bree changed her bio. They're now known as the Bella Army.
yeah,
Obviously Bree mode was put back on there. But as of today, I was informed that possibly we could be looking at Brie Bella, Nikki Bella, and Stephanie Blackcore going up
yeah.
against the Secret Harvest at SummerSlam.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I mean, that would kind of make sense that they're doing that one, because I mean it's been
Hmm.
teased, hasn't it, really? So
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
it's
oh
sort of
yeah.
yeah, it seems they're going that way. Yeah, I mean that wouldn't surprise me. Obviously, don't forget people as well. If you want to leave some comments on any of this stuff, join in, and we will get to as many comments as we can do. I will just say that quickly. So just some other bits and pieces of news before we get into the actual review. Before we get into the reviews of the weekend. So PW Insider have posted that there has been internal discussions about AJ Styles making an appearance at Slammiversary this Sunday. Um, that's big. That's big having AJ go there. basically.
Mm-hmm.
That's big. But apparently as well, on top of that, there's been more news that's come down from WrestleVotes is that it won't be a one-off. There's internal discussions of him basically doing a couple of appearances there for it. Now, I mean, a lot of people have asked for that. On top of that as well, it's also been said that AJ Styles won't be the only person going to TNA from main roster. So obviously, so it seems now like the partnership now, which they've got with NXT, is also now extended to main roster if they're having Styles and the other ones on there as well, basically, and that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it seems to be that maybe that are doing that. I don't know who else they could send though, because who else has really been teasing something from main roster? Because obviously AJ called out Carmelo, not Carmelo. AJ called out Trick, sorry, on that. I don't know who else
I
we can
don't
really
know.
like. On that, I'm stuck with that one. I don't know. We'll find out.
I
Um,
do. I do
yeah,
have some crazy news. Obviously
yeah, go on, yep,
this isn't 100% confirmed, but
yep,
Charlotte Flair was on LFG this past episode,
right,
and BJ Ray like basically sang her a song. She
yep,
did make a comment at the end like about that he had her number, and then like she retweeted or quote tweeted him
yeah,
saying something about taking her on a date.
yeah,
And she said, you gotta stand in this line, and then she put like a gif of like all these people, but there'd been a lot of rumblings that that could be like that there could possibly be something there between them two.
yeah, yeah. There probably is. That sort of makes sense there. Before we carry on, let's just read through some of the comments. So let's have a look. So Elliot said hello, Elliot. Alexis Sherman, do you know if Jimmy Uso is getting switched to Raw since Naomi is on Raw now and WWE don't separate couples? Yes, Jimmy will be moving to Raw. They will be having an OG Bloodline reunion on there at some point soon. Any singles push for Carmelo or LA Knight? Probably not. I haven't heard of any. Um, Gwen, from what I heard, Jelly Roll had some matches with Jacob Fatu, so he's putting in the work. Yeah, I mean, WrestleFaith has confirmed that as well underneath as Shooter Man. So Jelly Roll has been trained by Jacob, KO, and The Undertaker. That's some
Mm-hmm.
big names. That is some big names to be trained by. Um, yeah, so I feel that one. So yeah, that's pretty good actually.
Yep.
Right, what else we got here? So I could place AEW. I don't know what you mean by AEW, but we're we're over not AEW TNA. I was talking about AJ Styles and that's going there.
Well,
Um,
you remember that Triple H also said after Evolution that they had like once he like basically like confirmed like he lost all that weight, that Triple H had like a specific team. Like he went
hmm,
down to the PC and started working like really hard, and they had a
yeah,
team like watch him in the ring, and they're like blown away. So like all these people that are hating on him, like thinking that he's not. I mean, he may not do like he may flop, but I highly doubt it. Like I think that
yeah.
they have like watched him enough to know, and like Randy Orton's like, okay, he's good to go. Like, and that Jimmy Kimmel stuff last night was absolutely crazy too.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, obviously he put Logan Paul for a table, didn't he? So that was pretty
Mm-hmm.
funny. Yeah. Right. So what else we got here? So we will get into reviewing the shows in a minute. I will just say we're just going to quickly run through all the news because there's quite a lot of it. This comes down from Wrestle Binge. I've never heard of Wrestle Binge, so I don't know how legit this is, but it says Triple H is very high on current world champion Gunther. However, there are some higher ups backstage who feel that recent audience reactions have not been strong enough for ratings or ticket sales. Um, so yeah, so it seems like we might be having a new world heavyweight champion at SummerSlam within CM Punk. Basically, that could be the that's what it seems that we could actually be getting. Let's have a look here. There's some AEW news, which is AEW is treating the new unified title as if it's another world title. Hence Okada's new presentation and the first feud for it being him versus the new EVP, not CJP, but the new EVP Swerve Strickland there. So yeah, that's that one there. What else we got here? We've covered that one. Let's just have a look. Oh yeah, Cardi B is also still meant to be hosting SummerSlam. as well. Yeah, despite nothing coming up basically. So yeah, so we've got I'm not really looking forward to that, but apparently there's also as well she's meant to have a bit more involvement in the show. I reckon something to do with Bianca or whatever. What do you think? Because Bianca and that's obviously teased it. So I mean, so do you think there's more sort of coming up from that or whatever? Really with the Bianca Jade thing and Naomi and stuff or what?
Yes. So I have thoughts on that. I think that the reason for this particular I mean, obviously it was a huge ass swerve, but
Yeah,
for me, I think because of Naomi cashing in on EO, like
yeah,
they set up the EO Rhea Bianca, not Bianca, Naomi, uh, women's championship match, triple threat at SummerSlam, and I know everybody's probably like, oh well, Rhea, Rhea's probably gonna win, and I mean she may, but in my opinion, I think they're trying to keep
mm,
Rhea and Stephanie away from each other because Triple H has already said in multiple occasions like that is a WrestleMania type match. So I really feel like, to be honest with you, I feel like Bianca is going to go heel. And I think she's gonna help Naomi retain at SummerSlam. And then we can have a new feud with like Naomi and Stephanie. We get new matchups because I do think that maybe Rhea goes into Australia the champion, possibly, but I don't think that they're going to do Rhea and Stephanie before WrestleMania, and that was the only concern for me was Stephanie winning that battle royal. That is a WrestleMania match.
sorry, I kept myself paused then I kept myself muted then by mistake. No, basically, isn't well Stephanie's got that guaranteed title match, hasn't she?
Mhm.
At thingy, but yeah, I guess that's probably why Rhea obviously hasn't won. So yeah, so her versus Naomi. Well, yeah, it'd be her versus Naomi, won't it? A Clash of Paris, I expect, or something.
Right, right.
No, it'd be representative brand, won't it? So that'd be her versus Jade because she's on
Hmm.
SmackDown, isn't she? She's SmackDown or is she Raw?
Well, so the one in Clash, are you talking about the one in Australia?
No, the one at Clash in Paris is that's your brand one because she gets a match against her brand champion.
Okay, yeah. So it would be Stephanie's on Raw.
So she'll be going for Naomi then. So she'll
Yeah,
challenge
yeah,
Naomi then in Paris then,
yeah,
basically.
yep.
Unless it's well, it'll either be Naomi or whoever the champion is coming out of SummerSlam that she'll challenge basically for that one.
Right, right.
So yeah, that will be.
Yeah,
Right,
that's
so
why
let's
I
just
think
go.
that's
Yeah,
that's why I think Bianca could help Naomi, like I said, because then that keeps
yeah,
Rhea and Stephanie away from each other. So yeah.
yeah, yeah. Well, let's just quickly go through another couple of things. So there's backstage talks of sending Omos to AAA because basically what they want to do is they want to present Omos as a attraction outside of WWE. So he's like, basically the way to describe it is they want to make him like the next Andre the Giant, where he's not just known in WWE, he's known in other companies as well. So like when they had him do that little stint in Noah and everything, this is why they want to send him down to AAA to basically try and make him like, that big sort of this big attraction. So then when he does show up on TV, everyone's like, "Oh my god, it's Omos," basically, and that he's known everywhere. That's why he's still employed and everything, and that's also why he's obviously still like, sort of not on TV at the moment because he's literally is traveling the country doing like all these separate shows and stuff underneath the WWE banner. So that's what it is. What else is this? So, right. So Jacob Fatu is due a massive babyface push as well. Basically, Dave Turner said Jacob Fatu's rise as a top tier babyface is officially underway, with the company ready to elevate his profile, not just on screen, but through promotions and public appearances. In fact, expect to see exclusive city themed merchandise for the Samoan Werewolf, designed in collaboration with local sports teams, beginning to roll out at arenas and stadiums soon. That's more than likely going to be SummerSlam. I reckon they'll start pumping that in for SummerSlam for that one. So yeah, let's just quickly go through this, then we'll quickly get some comments and other bits and pieces. Oh yeah, and Talatonga, or Hikalea as he's known, will make his debut on SmackDown tomorrow, which is on then to other bits and pieces. So let's just go through this. Have them. Alexis Sherman, R-Truth can be the other main roster who shows up on TNA. I mean, yeah, they could do that. Have him do something with Joe Hendry. That would be the most funniest thing they could ever do. Basically, that could be, have have him and Joe Hendry do something. That'd be hilarious. What else we got? Ibu Mania 14. What's going on with Jamie Hayter? I know she's injured, but it seems they dropped the Thekla feud. Given that she's teamed with Julia Hart and Sky Blue, is she done in AEW? I have no clue. I don't have that many AEW bits of news, so I can't answer that one, I'm afraid, Ibu. Ibu Mania. Michael Plays. Roman's new merch is currently #1 right now. Well, of course it would be, because of course he's actually just come back and he is the tribal chief. So, I should say that. I should reword that. He is the OTC 1, so original tribal chief 1, as they're calling him. Elliot, there's a mini bloodline reunion coming up. Yes, there is. Russell Faith, there is a report that Seth actually had a minor injury and Saturday night's main event was in fact a work. There's a lot of stuff coming out, but bear in mind, I will say that report's come out from Dave Meltzer, so that's all you need to know. Basically,
I don't think that was a work. I really don't.
Yeah. So I mean, so they're so they are. That's Dave Meltzer report. So that's all you need to know on that one. Wrestling retrospective, Leo. Hello, Leo. One of our team members, one of our colleagues and team members. So would you go Naomi and Cargill wins at SummerSlam, then Naomi versus Cargill, champion versus champion at Crown Jewel for the Crown Jewel title if they're still doing that?
Possibly.
Issue with that the issue with that is I think is Crown Jewel's in Australia this year.
Yeah.
And the titles in that's the Saudi Arabia thing. So it'll be Crown Jewel next year if anything. So I don't think they would do, because obviously that's the issue, is obviously Crown Jewel's Australia this year, not Saudi.
So whatever PLE they're doing in Australia, I think is a title versus title. Because
so that's Crown Jewel then.
That's why I was saying that I don't see how it's possible that Rhea's not champion in her country. Like I don't know how they're going to do that.
Yeah, I mean it's possible. But yeah. So what else we got here? So Russell Faith was Britt Baker's message on Twitter at the end of Evolution, her basically saying she was meant to debut. She said she missed her connection to Atlanta. I think so, but this is the thing, is there's a lot of conflicting information about Britt Baker, because some are saying that she's had talks with WE and she was meant to be there on Sunday. But then there's other reports as well. Someone say that she's going to reappear back on AEW TV soon because Tony Khan is basically holding her hostage again. So yes, that's that. Let's just check some other ones then. So Cam, Goat Zero and Goat CJ, hello. Hello Cam, thanks for that. And Russ Face to answer Talatonga, it'll be Hikaleo. Will be making his debut in the ring tomorrow. I will also say there's one person who I've noticed isn't in the comments this week, which is Miguel, but we won't get into that one. But if Miguel is listening, hello Miguel. I will just say, so Cam will know all about it. They'll probably start laughing at it, I expect.
Yeah, and also you need to bring up that obviously that old Roman Reigns jacket, the black, like the black, I don't know what it's called, but I think Warren from ATD posted, like, I immediately went in and got that, and then I got my OTC one. Both of those shirts coming in. It looks like August before I can get them there on back order.
They've probably got so many orders for them that they can't keep up basically for it. That's probably what it is.
But what I was gonna say is tomorrow on SmackDown, we're actually gonna see Cody Rhodes and John Cena under the same roof. Finally, Cena's gonna come back. So basically, from what I was told, like I think Cody, I don't know how many more appearances Cena's going to make after tomorrow before SummerSlam. Maybe
Yes,
one.
that's
So
we'll probably get one on the go home because if you think about it, he's only got 15 appearances left, and
13.
it's 13 appearances left. So yeah, and it's not even August yet. So so he's obviously got to do like, he's still got a few more there basically. So yeah, he's 13 appearances left, and they're still and on top, and don't forget that also includes every single pay per view because he's then got SummerSlam, which would be one. You've got Clash in Paris, which would be one. Um, the pay per view in October being Clash. That's another. Sorry, not Clash. Whatever it is, the Australian one basically. That'll be that one.
So
You'll have
he's going to
Survivor
work.
Series.
He's going to work the one. So I knew he was working SummerSlam, Clash in
He's
Paris.
working them all. He's working all the pay per views. He's doing every single pay per view. So he's doing the Australia one. He's doing Clash in Paris. He's doing SummerSlam. He's then doing. You obviously have Survivor Series he'll be at, and
Yeah.
also you will have him obviously that last Saturday night main event one, which he's going out on as well. So that's 5 anyway. So that's 5 from 13, and
Yeah.
then obviously then in between that, then he's then got to come on and set up his matches and stuff. So I mean, that's not many left. So I can see him and Cody probably this Friday, and then that'll be it until SummerSlam. They'll literally just set something up this week, and that'll be it. I don't. If we see him again, it'll be on the Go Home show,
Oh,
but
oh, you,
I don't think so.
oh, you're talking about Cena, not
Yeah,
Roman.
Cena.
Okay.
Sorry, yeah, Cena.
I
Yeah,
got,
sorry, yeah.
I got
Also,
confused.
yeah.
Sorry.
Also, yeah. Yeah. Roman. Sorry, yeah. Roman's doing every Raw up until SummerSlam, and then he's going to be doing. I know he's definitely at Paris. He's definitely doing Paris. They've got a big match being planned from there. And then I'm not sure about the other ones afterwards. I'm not sure if he's going to be in Australia or whatever.
I was I would think Survivor Series probably after that because
Yeah, probably do Survivor Series, and that's him probably done them for the year, isn't it? Again,
yeah,
you know what it's
probably.
like. So yeah, that's that. Right, so let's just then we'll quickly do the comments then before we move on then and do the reviews then. So let's just have a quick look. So what else we got here? So Russ Faith is Tamatonga still injured? Yes, he is. Acknowledge the dynasty. It's Leslie on that account today. It looks like. Yeah, it's Leslie on the account. She said the black track jacket. Is that the one you
Yep.
mean?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
the
one
black
I
jacket.
got.
Yeah. She said, and hello Zero and CJ from Leslie with the one she threw up as well. So hello. I'm throwing up my one here for you as well. Right. So let's move on then. So obviously last weekend we had some epic wrestling, let's just say. We're not going to do the AEW ones because, to be quite honest with you guys, I don't care. Basically, there was so much wrestling last weekend. We've already got 3 shows to go through. So, if you came in looking for AEW stuff, I mean, we might cover a little bit at the end if we've got a bit of time, but I don't know. Right, so let's get into this one then. So, this is the we will do Great American Bash first then. So we'll quickly go through the results, discuss some of them and stuff like that. Again, as per normal, if you'd like to get involved in the comments, don't forget to comment, and we will try and get to as many comments as what we physically can do. So, Javon Evans defeated Jasper Troy by pinfall. I mean, that surprised me. I would have thought it would have been Jasper Troy because of the because obviously he's been getting a push. What do you think? I mean,
Yeah. Um it's crazy because normally I do so well on the uncut, like your uncut team predictions. But man, I
yeah.
did like I had a winning record in all of them, but like I thought my picks in AEW were like right there, and I never watched the show.
Yeah.
But so it was tough because Javon's also getting a push.
Yeah.
But Jasper Troy, he's like just faced Obafemi. Like he attacked was it Ricky Saints in the back after the match, and like
Yeah.
yeah, I mean Jasper he won LFG season 1, so I think that he's possibly maybe him. I think he may be the one to take the title Oba eventually.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I think so as well, possibly. What we got next then? So we had Sol Ruka defeated Izzy Dame. That one, there was no surprise there. I think we all had Sol Ruka for that one. It was
Mhm.
that was quite thingy there, yeah, that's quite a surprising one there. That doesn't surprise me. Ethan Page defeated Ricky Starks in a Falls Count Anywhere match. I do have to say that was the match of the night for NXT. That was my match of the night. That match was just something else. That one was. So I mean, I was there at points and I was like, holy shit, basically for it. So it was it was like that. I don't know what did you think on that match? I think we need to discuss this match big time.
I think
But
it was the best. I think it was the best match of the night for sure. And by the way, Tyler Bate is one lucky man. With Sol Ruka because she is phenomenal. Um, but yeah, I mean, I guess like for me, I picked Ricky Saints
Mm,
simply because I think I might have been the only one too. I thought that Ethan would lose here,
yeah,
and I thought Seth keeps bringing or Paul Heyman keeps bringing up his plan B. So I thought like Ethan Page was going to be like that perfect fit to join
yeah.
Seth's faction, but now that he's hurt, like I don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah, I don't know. They probably keep him on NXT for a little bit, or they'll just call him up after SummerSlam because the draft's meant to be after SummerSlam. I can see some comments. We will get to them after we've done this one. I just want to get this one done. So, and then we've just actually been speaking about him. So, Obafemi defeated Yoshiki Inamura for the NXT Championship. Again, that was no surprise. I think we all
No.
had Obafemi for that one. Like, I don't think anyone in their right mind thought that Inamura was winning that one. That was basically just a match just to give Oba another title defense, basically underneath his belt.
Mm-hmm.
And then the main event, which was really sensible to have this as the main event, really, because it set up Evolution, which we'll get into. So we had Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe defeating Fatal Influence, that being JC Jane and Fallon Henley, which obviously then, like I said, set up the next night. For me, for the weekend, NXT for me was the best show of the weekend. I don't know about you. I don't know which one you thought about. Which one you thought it might have been. Actually, I don't know. Evolution was. I mean, Evolution and NXT was based. Great American Bash, sorry, I should say, was they were equal to me, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that to me was yeah, they both tied. I don't know. What about you? What did you think, really? What
Um, I
did you
I
think
would
of
go
the show?
I would go Evolution, then NXT, and then Saturday night's main event. But I think NXT was pretty close with Evolution. But
Yeah,
yeah, the main event was obviously something you talked about. Blake. I had read like when she first come into NXT, like whoever was like the creative was talking about, you know, they felt like they wanted her to be a face, but she was the way she was portraying herself. She just is a
yeah,
natural heel.
yeah,
So yeah, it made sense. But the only kicker and people that picked Jordan Grace, and I didn't know this until Leo pointed it out to me in a DM. But like they had already done a TNA taping of JC and Masha Slamovich, like
yeah,
basically like go like starting a feud or whatever on TNA. So like it just made the most sense for JC Jane to retain.
yeah. Fair
And
enough.
who knows who wins that match, but Blake's gonna beat whoever it is. So
Yeah, fair enough. Right, we'll just quickly get to some of the comments then before we move on to Saturday night main event. So, Elliot, if Roman works Survivor Series, is it going to be War Games or one-on-one match? It's too early to tell. Roman's matches are basically planned out as they go along. We won't know what Roman's match is until after SummerSlam yet. Basically, it's that there's been some creative discussions, but I know that there's about 4 different plans going on at the moment, basically for everything in relation to SummerSlam. So, sorry, for everything related to Survivor Series. So it's difficult to say. I can't answer that one at this moment in time. TJ, so Taker, his LFG show versus Trick Willie. I
mhm.
can't see that happening. I can't see Taker actually getting physical, but I did bring something up. I did say something here because, of course, because he's meant to be on NXT next week.
Mhm.
Taker is. What about if he shows up in TNA this weekend, basically on Sunday.
Possible.
Now that would be a talking point, because they want to make it their biggest weekend, TNA this weekend, and it's obviously Slammiversary is like their WrestleMania basically.
Mhm.
So if they pulled off the impossible and got Undertaker to show up in TNA, holy shit! That's all I can say is holy shit, because basically that would be the first time that Undertaker has ever been in anywhere else outside of a WWE ring, and that, even if he just comes out and just like causes Trick Williams to lose. That's the thing. And he can literally just, even if they just played his music and that during that triple threat match, that would be something that would. So yeah, I mean, it's very unlikely, but it would be one of those holy shit moments. And that, I don't know what other people think about that one. We will get some comments just to let people catch up and stuff like that if they want to. So we'll get some comments after we've gone through and done this. So where were we? So Saturday main event. We'll go into that one in a minute. Actually, no, we were still reading the comments, weren't we? Russface says, hi, Leslie. In Knowledge Dynasty said, I feel like Evolution stole the weekend. Shout out to the ladies for showing up and showing out. Yeah, true. Like we said, that was that one there. So Saturday night main event, and then let's go into this one then. So 4 matches. Most of it was adverts. Most of it was commercial breaks. Saturday night main event. They really need to try and change that format up if they're going to continue it, especially as well, because if you think about it, Cena's having his final ever match on a Saturday night main event, and if we have the same amount of commercials as that we had then, that's gonna piss a lot of people off. That really is gonna, it's gonna piss a lot of people off, and also as well, it's gonna sort of destroy John. I mean, yes, Goldberg's had an epic career and everything like that, and it happened to Goldberg, but I mean, John Cena's a different person. John Cena's different to Goldberg. John's. I know, obviously, like a lot of people, obviously, like hated him and stuff like that, and that because of the Hill thing. But to me, John Cena's an absolute legend. And if you ruin his final match by commercial after commercial after commercial,
yeah,
they've killed his career. To me, well, not really killed his career, but you know what I mean. Like that'd be the worst mistake that they could ever do. So they either need to go commercial free completely for that whole show, and that WWE have got enough money, they can basically pay USA Network to basically come out and say, we want to be commercial free for this entire show, basically. That's that. Let's have a look. One last comment which I've just seen come in. Edward, who's obviously been on the show the past couple of weeks, damn, the first show without me in 3 weeks, and he said the OTE is here. That's what it's going to be. PJ said it's simple. Don't have a Saturday main event with Cena. He's retiring. Problem is, though, is he's retiring in his hometown, and it's a Saturday main event scheduled for that one, which is at the start of December. So he's actually, I think it's the 13th or something of December, if I've got that date right. If it's wrong, somebody remind me of the correct date. But I think it's around the 13th of December, and that he's actually having his final retirement match also on a Saturday main event. Like I said, they need to go completely commercial free in my eyes. They can do it. They're streaming on bloody YouTube over here. So I mean, they could literally make that show if they want to completely on YouTube, and then they don't need to worry about bloody commercials and everything like that. Or heck, put it on Netflix. Put it on Netflix, basically. That's that in my eyes.
The only thing I can hope for with that is, obviously, I don't know if the rumors are true, but they're saying he's possibly going to face Gunther. With obviously Cena being a face and possibly Cena winning 18. And I have publicly stated that if John Cena wins number 18, I will not watch WWE television anymore.
So we heard that right. So anyone out there, if they want to get the All Elite graphic out and put CJ's face on it, then then you might have to get that one ready for it. So it might be.
So it's gonna happen. It's really gonna happen. Oh my God, you gotta be kidding me.
No, I mean, no, I'm just saying. Obviously, if it does happen, then somebody needs to get the AEW graphic on it, and get CJ's face on it. If somebody wants to do that and send that to me, so we've got that ready, then that's perfectly fine.
we got till December, so you guys got
We
time.
got to December for that one, yeah. So that's fine. Let's have a look here. So Saturday night main event, we had Randy Orton with Jelly Roll in his corner, defeated Drew McIntyre with Logan Paul in his corner. Yeah, shortest match of the night that one was. I mean, there was nothing special. It was just typical Randy Drew match in my eyes. And that I don't know what you thought about it, really.
I mean, I'm glad it set up the Jelly Roll match at Survivor Series, but I mean, SummerSlam. Sorry, but like
Yeah,
having Drew lose all these matches back to back, like I don't know,
right.
like
Yeah,
I think they're probably gonna lose. I mean, are they gonna have Jelly Roll lose to the celebrity at SummerSlam? So like, I guess if they do, they could have Logan Paul eat the pin because he's known for that.
yeah,
But I thought Drew was winning, but I do love like that they enhance the storyline for SummerSlam because it's so hard now because they're bouncing from PLE to PLE and they don't really
yeah.
have a whole lot of time to build. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean this is the other thing as well, which I find quite funny, and this obviously proves as well something that I've been saying is Triple H. Obviously, he sees things leaked and he changes it around. Like a couple of months back, WrestleVotes put out that Drew McIntyre was meant to have a good year this year, and he was
Hmm.
meant to be winning, and he was meant to win after win after win. And so far, since he's come back, well, I mean, he's only obviously been back for one match so far, but he lost that one. He lost matches before he went off as well. So it seems like Triple H seen that leak and changed it. Basically, that's what it seems to be. Um, we'll get back onto this one then. So Solo Sikoa defeated Jimmy Uso for the United States Championship. That didn't surprise me. He literally has only just won that title. I had Solo coming out of that one because I know everyone loves Jimmy and stuff, but what you got to think of is Solo had just literally won that title, so there was no chance in hell that he was dropping that title at all. He literally only just won it in Saudi, didn't he? Like a couple of weeks previous. In fact, it was about 2 weeks previous, wasn't it? I think where it was in Saudi. I think something like that.
Hmm.
Yeah. So there was no chance in hell that he was dropping that. Um, LA Knight defeated Seth Rollins in a match. Now, obviously, that was because of an audible. The original result was meant to be Seth Rollins was defeating LA Knight, but it came down that they called an audible during that match as soon as they realised Seth got hurt. And yeah, and apparently there was something that came down was basically that Triple H called an audible backstage as well and got something else changed for the main event or something. So I don't know what that was meant to be because, from my understanding, Seth was never meant to be cashing in. So I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was meant to be there. They weren't planning on having Seth cash in, so I don't know what Triple H got changed really for it. Yeah. And then the last one, we obviously had Gunther versus Goldberg in Goldberg's final ever match by submission. I mean, that was a bad way to have Goldberg go out submission. I mean, if they really wanted to put Gunther over, he should have pinned Goldberg. In my eyes, he should have pinned Goldberg. Um, that was actually the longest match on the card, and it had the most commercials in it, basically, which was
Yeah.
stupid. So yeah, that was about 15 minutes. That one was. What did you think Saturday night overall? Saturday night main event overall? Anything at all?
Kind of disappointed with the Seth injury, obviously, because I think that Seth was. Well, I know Seth was obviously supposed to win.
Yeah,
I don't really like the way. I mean, Goldberg did what he was supposed to do for being like 58.
yeah,
But I don't like how they did him at the end and like cut his like basically his retirement speech, just cut it off. So yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's fine. Right, so let's just go into these comments then, because we've got a couple of comments here, and I'm going to address the S in a minute on what that one was. Right, so let's have a look here. So Edward again, someone said Evolution should be ran every year. Lara Valkyria should be a main eventer. TJ said no, Edward. DS Tamana said, what makes you believe that Triple H would allow Drew McIntyre to win? He clearly hates the man. It's been obvious since May 2024. That wasn't a report of mine. That was WrestleVotes. WrestleVotes was the one who Tamana said that, and that was going around. I think WrestleVotes picked it up. PW Insider picked it up, and I also do believe Fightful also picked it up as well, if I remember rightly. I don't know whether that was definitely true, but I know it was definitely WrestleVotes. I only remembered that as well because somebody actually reposted it the other day. WrestleVotes saying that. I think TJ said I think Goldberg was winning. That's true. It looked like it could have been at one point for that one. Yeah. DS again, no offense, but I called bullshit the moment you mentioned McIntyre was heading for a massive year. Either someone lied to you or you're very gullible. Like I said, that wasn't my report. That was Russell Votes. So that's Russell Votes basically who put that one out. And other people were picking that one up as well, like PW Insider, and a couple of other people as well. Edward, what's the XP thing inside the chat? I have no idea. That's something that YouTube's doing. So you're gonna have to ask YouTube on that one. There's nothing to do with us. Right, so the final event of the weekend, the final pay-per-view was Evolution, obviously the all-female pay-per-view. Let's have a look here. So Becky Lynch defeated Bayley and Lara Valkyria to retain her Women's Intercontinental Championship. I know on Uncut, when we done our predictions, we did turn around and say that we wanted Lyra, but it was going to be Becky, and that basically that's what it was. I think all of us turned around and said we want Lyra to win it, but realistically we know it's going to be Becky, and we were all right basically with that one. You know, Becky retained. There's no surprise there, as everyone calls her. She's Becky Hogan, so there's that one there. Next match then. So this is for the NXT Women's Championship, and we actually had a turn here, which we'll discuss in a minute. So JC Jane defeated Jordan Grace because Blake Monroe turned heel on Jordan Grace. What did you think about that heel turn? Basically, what?
I thought it was the right move. I think she's better off as a heel. So yeah. I thought if she didn't get inserted to the match, that the heel turn was the right move, and eventually they're putting that title on her. So
yeah, well, this is the thing. It's obviously dependent on what happens at Slammiversary this weekend, because of course it's title for title, so it's winner take all. Because again, I said this yesterday with Bobby on Uncut, is if Masha wins, which I personally can see, that they'll have Blake take the title off Masha. You know, that'd be the one there basically. You know, but yeah, that's that. That's personally my point. The only other option is obviously if they then say have JC win, then they could potentially have Blake win both the titles later down the line or whatever. You know, for that one. But she's definitely going to have a heel run as champion. Definitely. You know, she's definitely going to have a title run while she's heel. Let's carry on. So we then had the fatal four-way tag team match for the Women's World Tag Team Championships. That was the Judgment Day defeated Charlotte and Alexa, Sol Ruka and Zarya, and the Kabuki Warriors, which was obviously Oscar and Kairi Sane. I expected them to have the Judgment Day retain because of the whole Liv storyline when Liv comes back. You know, and obviously they've only literally just put a title on Roxanne. I think, didn't you want Charlotte and Alexa to win or something or whatever, because there was that storyline there? I can't remember what you said now.
yeah, I mean, I picked them to win, but obviously, like after Alexa got the win on SmackDown, I was like, oh, I'm screwed. But like, it's the very beginning of that storyline. But Charlotte got a huge pop, and it looks like Alexa's like helping with her, like her baby face turn, you know, being a baby face. But Charlotte's also facing Raquel this weekend in Corpus Christi, Texas, which leads me to believe that we're going to get Charlotte and Alexa against Raquel and Roxanne at SummerSlam, and I think that's where Charlotte and Alexa win the titles.
Probably. How long do you see them holding those titles before they turn on each other? Because we know that turn's coming. We know Charlotte and Alexa are going to turn on each other at some point, and then you know, have a match between them for it. You know, like what? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're gonna have a super long reign. I mean, or I could be wrong, but they may be just to elevate those titles. But yeah, they're definitely Charlotte's probably gonna turn on Alexa, I'm sure.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, that's obviously going to happen there. Right. So then the next match then was Tiffany Stratton defeated Trish Stratus to retain her Women's World Championship. Now, I think everybody knew that was happening. They weren't going to put a title on Trish, and that it's the same thing as, you know, they wouldn't put a title on Goldberg because it, you know, we don't know how many more matches Trish has got left in her. and that. And I know Fightful put out afterwards that they basically that Trish apparently has got more matches. Well, she's going to do another match or something this year, but they don't know any details on it yet. I mean, it does not surprise me with that. Trish is very popular, and I don't know whether they're going back to Canada at any point this year. If anyone knows, let us know in the comments.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, because I guess if they are going back to Canada, even for a Raw or SmackDown, that's where she'll come out on. But yeah, I mean, that didn't surprise me that Tiffany Stratton retained against Trish Stratus. Anything on that match that you want to bring up or whatever?
I mean, pretty predictable. I mean, Trisha still got it. Similar to what I said about Goldberg, she was great in that match.
Yeah.
She did her job. So, yeah, hats off to Trish. Hopefully that's not our last match, but definitely predictable with Tiffany winning.
Yeah. I mean, see, I took man this header on cut, and I was right with this one that somebody with the initials TS was going to win that match, so I was right with that one. Obviously, as per normal. Let's have a look here. So then we had the no hold barred match between Jade Cargill and Naomi, in which Bianca Belair was announced as a special guest referee the night before on SmackDown. Not the night before, sorry, on SmackDown on a Friday. Yeah, that was or was it? No, yeah, I can't remember. But yeah, so what did you think? Do you think that was the right result? Having Jade obviously win. That one. What do you think?
I was a little surprised, but then obviously at the end of the night, it made
It made
sense.
sense. Yeah.
I think that closed the chapter for now with Jade and Naomi. Jade's got all that momentum from winning Queen of the Ring. I think that was her best match that I've seen her be in. So yeah, I mean, I lost that match. I picked Naomi, but it made sense.
Yeah, I think a lot of us picked Naomi. I'm not sure. Right, and then we had the Battle Royale, which was a 20-woman one. Now, this match, before we go into this one, it sort of slightly annoyed me a little bit because Natalia was actually out there teasing a lot of surprises. She basically to me said that there was going to be that there's a video out there, and unfortunately I can't play videos on here at the moment, but there's a video out there of Natalia basically turning around and saying there is going to be a lot more surprises in the Battle Royale. And they didn't even know what the names were and everything like that. So now I don't know whether they were pulled because Natalia had leaked that. I don't know. Or it could have just been that Natalia was basically just teasing everyone and just winding people up. But that video went viral. I literally seen it everywhere. Everyone else was saying about it as well, and I know there's been a few comments on it as well of, oh, did Natty lie, or did they change the plans after she leaked it? But yeah, but in that match then, so we had Tatum Paxley, Izzy Dane, Ivy Nile, Natalia, Maxine Dupree, Candice LeRae, Jada Parker, Kalani Jordan, Julia, Bfab, Michin, Zelina Vega, Elba Fire, Lola Vice, Piper Nivens, Chelsea Green, Nikki Bella, Nia Jax, Lash Legend, and obviously Stephanie Vicor, which won. And yes, I did just read them off in order of eliminations. Yeah, Lash had a really good showing. I do have to say that they gave Lash a really good showing in that match, and no offense to her or anything, but that surprised me because I was saying I would have thought the last three was going to be Nikki, Nia, and Stephanie personally, but obviously Nikki went out fourth, so I mean that
I
shocked
was
me.
I was surprised by that. I think that Lash had a super great showing. But before it started, there was so much talk with Nikki. Like Nikki was talking about Stephanie in her presser, like with I think it was with Jackie Redmond. And then Nikki had Stephanie on her pod. I thought that for sure, like 100% that um I thought Nikki and Stephanie would be the last two. I was surprised that Nikki had a good showing too. But I thought Nikki and Stephanie would be the last two. But Lash Legend, like she killed it.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, that makes sense there. That one does. What's come down now? Hold on a minute. There's just some bits and pieces that's come down. So right, so TNA Wrestling have announced that just quickly we'll get into this one before we go into it. So TNA Wrestling, massive Slammiversary update. TNA Wrestling confirms that all floor seats are officially sold out for this Sunday's event at the USB Arena in New York. Plus, Slammiversary will be the biggest attendance of any TNA show in more than 10 years. It's predicted to be the largest crowd at any TNA wrestling event as well in the USA in the company's history. That's good. That's done good, basically. They're yeah, that's I'm I'm surprised at how far TNA have come since they've teamed up with WWE. Now, obviously, everyone knows about my hatred for AEW, but WWE have done more for TNA than what AEW did. AEW literally just took all their titles, buried their talent and stuff like that. Whereas WWE now have got them where they're on the brink of signing a $10 million a year TV deal to stream 52 weeks a year, basically.
Mm-hmm.
That's how that's how much WWE's done for them. Right, so then back to the shows quickly. So in the match that was meant to be Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley, as we've already said, Naomi did cash in to make it a triple threat, and Naomi won the women's world championship. Yeah, well deserved, in my eyes. She's waited for so long on that, and she deserved that. No, I know a lot of people were celebrating and stuff when she obviously won it and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't know what do you think? Was that well deserved? Did she deserve that,
Oh
or
yeah,
did you think it should
100,
have been a different result?
100%. Like, because they were saying this could possibly be her last run. That she's getting ready to have a baby soon with Jimmy. So yeah, I mean, I've been calling for that, like her cash in, like for a little bit since she won the briefcase. But hats off also to Rhea Ripley and Io. They absolutely
Yeah,
killed it. Like, probably, if not the best, one of the best women's matches I've ever seen. Those two ladies
yeah,
killed
it was good. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, so that was the events then, like what we said. Evolution. Well, for me, it was Evolution um and NXT was the same basically. They went ahead and they were on par for me. They were on par. Um,
it.
yeah, it was a good weekend of wrestling. Really good weekend of wrestling. That was. I don't know whether anything else really that you like. Anything else that you want to bring up on the pay per views before we move on, or before we sort of go towards the end of the show? Really.
Nah, I mean, basically that's pretty much everything. I mean, uh, what would you say that they're leaning more towards? Because the way they looked with the way Raw ended was that it basically for me it seemed like they're leaning more towards a tag match um with
Which
Roman
match are we
and
on about here?
with
Yeah, Roman and Jay. Yeah, probably.
Roman and Jay against Bronson and Breaker, and maybe save Roman and Breaker for like a later date or something like that, or maybe Paris or something like that.
Possible, because that could be the big match that they're planning for Roman in Paris, because obviously everyone wants to see Roman and Breaker. So I mean, that's that could be what they're planning is is the tag match at SummerSlam, just to obviously then get Roman and Jay on the card and stuff and get them doing things there, and then and that way then that also then frees up Seth Faction. I mean, what they would just do is just flip the original plans, because I know what the original plans were is it was meant to be Roman and Seth at SummerSlam, and then Roman was then going to face the other two in a tag match basically later on. So it seems like they basically just flipped plans now, and it'll be the tag match, and then he'll then just face Braun instead of Seth. That'd be how they're going to do it, I would have thought.
Yeah.
Right, so just before we then end the show, then let's quickly go through some of the comments that we missed. So, DS and Edward were talking about the chat activity thing, so that's fine. Edward, Lyra definitely winning at SummerSlam since she beat Bailey. Yeah, it seems like they're going that way. It seems like Lyra is going to be winning that title off Becky, hopefully. Elliot Edwardson, is there any beef between Drew and Triple H backstage for changing plans? I don't think so. I don't know. Edward, I've never watched her as a heel in AEW because that company sucks. He's obviously talking about Maria, I think. Let's have a look here. Wrestle Faith, please no to JC winning. I mean, that would be probably one of the worst mistakes that they could make is having JC win. I don't really know. DS give Mariah May the title. NXT is getting to SmackDown levels of unwatchable. I mean, yeah, I sort of agree. They need to give that title to Mariah May. Ready for it. Then I'm talking again between there. Edward, I didn't care for the Tiffany match, and then Tiffany lost all my respect after what Charlotte said. Like TJ, the only reason why I think Jade won was because she's Queen of the Ring winner. Yeah, probably. That's probably what it was. TJ said I need Lash Legend now. Then I talked about Lash Legend in the thing there. So DS said, "There's no offense, mate. Lash Legend sucks." Edward, Naomi deserves it. Literally walked out of the company to reinvent herself, and now she's a champ. That's true. She did. She went to TNA to reinvent herself, came back a national champion. Naomi has done great character work. She deserves it. Therefore, I hope she gets a same treatment as McIntyre. That's is no to no. That is job to no end. I don't know. What would I say that? Then Edward finally said push Fallon Henley as the last comment on there. So that's that one there. Yeah, so that was the weekend of wrestling. We've gone through that one. We will just say then. So a couple of things then before we go off air. We are going to try and stick to the hour this week if possible because we have gone over several times. And I want to try and get down just the hour this week. So I know the announcement has already been put out now. If any of you people have seen the announcement, SmackDown Ireland will be returning on it's next Friday, not this Friday, next Friday, isn't it? 26th, if I got it right. Yep. So tune into that one. I will be there for the whole show. We have decided, and at 7 p.m. on that Friday, there will be a big giveaway from ourselves, which will feature it's $25 and a lot of other things that are yet to be revealed, but they will be revealed on the show or slightly after to the winner. There is some terms and conditions. You do actually have to retweet the space card which has been sent out, and then obviously be on SmackDown Island for around 7 p.m. On Friday the 26th. You do need to be in there for that one. Yeah, that's that one. You got anything coming up? You want to say anything? Obviously, because I know you've got your shows obviously in that, haven't you?
Obviously, tomorrow, we're gonna be doing main event Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern, as we get you guys ready for SmackDown. On the road to SummerSlam, and then obviously main event Monday coming up. And then Zero mentioned SmackDown Island, and then I'm not sure. Do you want to make the announcements as far as like the SummerSlam schedule for like the trivia and all that?
Yeah. So I will say this now and then. So SummerSlam week as we go into it, it's the Thursday the 31st. We'll be holding two special shows. We'll be doing a SummerSlam related quiz on one of the channels. We haven't yet decided which channel it's going to be on, but it will either be on this channel or it will be on CJ's channel. So that'll be a SummerSlam related quiz. Come along, take part in the comments if need be. That'll be the come along and join in if you want. However, it's going to be the uncut team because we have a special stipulation going on, which will be whoever wins that will get double points in our little sweepstakes thing that we do for all of SummerSlam weekend. And then straight after, we'll be doing the EVP Xero Show again on either channel. It'll be where we will have our full four-man team back, where it'll be me, Bobby. For once, Bobby will be on the EVP Xero Show, which is a shock.
Yeah.
We will then also have Leo and of course CJ. So Bobby and Leo will be making their EVP Xero Show debuts. I do apologize for that for anyone who does who does that one, but yeah, especially for Bobby. But yeah. So
So Zero, do you have that info? Because I don't. I can look it up. Somebody's asking what
what's the channel? What's the channel so I can sub? It should be the same as the as his at. So it should be youtube.com/EVPCJP as far as I'm aware. Double check that one. If not DS, if you drop me or CJ a message on Twitter, we will on X now it is, we will get back to you. afterwards with the link if need be. But yeah, it should be youtube.com/, what is it?
If you go to YouTube, and just put in at the EVP show,
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, the EVP show. That was it. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
yeah, the T is capitalized, and EVP, all that's capitalized.
Fair enough.
So yeah, at the EVP show with no spaces, you should be able to find it.
Fair enough. Yeah, do that one. If not, like I said, drop one of us a message on X, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. It might be in about half hour or so. Stuff like that. Oh, it seems like DS has found it, so that's fine. Yeah, so on that day, like I said, it will be on either this channel or whatever. We're going to be using this channel and CJ's channel, but we don't know which show is going to be on which yet. That will be decided from that one there. Right, yeah, so as we go in, so just before we go in, so Edward just said, see you guys tomorrow for the final main event Fridays before the return of SmackDown Island. Yes, that is gonna be good. Gonna be good. I don't know whether I'll be in tomorrow. I might not be. I might not be in until SmackDown Island. Yeah, I don't know yet. But yeah, so thank you for tuning in this week. Another great show. We will return next week at the same time, which will be 6 p.m. Yeah, basically. Yes, so thank you. This is Zero signing out for the week. Do you want to do your little ending bit before we go?
Yeah, so I'm the EVP CJP of the main event team, and we are glad that you guys tuned in for the EVP Xero Show on episode 19, and we got so much more coming in store for you guys. So thank you.
See you later. Goodbye.